River Vale is a township in Bergen County, New Jersey, United States. River Vale is the most eastern town in an area of the county referred to as the Pascack Valley. As of the 2010 United States Census, the township's population was 9,659, reflecting an increase of 210 from the 9,449 counted in the 2000 census, which had in turn increased by 39 from the 9,410 counted in the 1990 census. The township was ranked number 29 on the 100 Best Places to Live 2007 survey published by CNN Money magazine. River Vale was formed as a township on April 30, 1906, from portions of both Hillsdale Township and Washington Township. The township was named for its location along the Hackensack River. On January 5, 1904, the temperature in River Vale fell to -34 degrees Fahrenheit, the lowest temperature ever recorded in New Jersey history. Before 1841, the area comprising River Vale was part of Harrington Township. It used to be known as the Overkill neighborhood, or just Overkill, it being over the kill from Tappan. Its southern part, known as Eastwood, became an independent borough in 1894, but was dissolved and reabsorbed into Washington Township in 1896. River Vale was incorporated as a township in 1906, formed from portions of both Hillsdale and Washington Township. On July 15, 1929, part of River Vale was ceded to Park Ridge. On May 20, 1959, territory was acquired from Montvale. In 1967, a mass grave site was discovered in River Vale from an event in 1778 during the American Revolutionary War, the Baylor Massacre. This became widely known due to a February 1968 report to the Bergen County Board of Chosen Freeholders. 1778, the massacre of Baylor's Dragoons. The burial site was made into a county park that was dedicated on October 15, 1972. On July 28, 1994, the residents of River Vale voted to recall Mayor Walter Jones, Councilwoman Patricia Geyer and Councilman Bernard Salmon. Following a battle between residents and the mayor and some council members over the mayor's plan to merge River Vale's 911 center to a regional dispatch location in Park Ridge, a River Vale resident, Henry Hoffman, directed the scrapping of the US Enterprise in Kearney from 1958 to 1960. Following Hoffman's death in 1965, the stern plate of the Enterprise was placed on a Little League baseball field as a memorial. The field was later named Hoffman Field. On October 2, 2000, the stern plate was moved to the township's Veterans Memorial Park. In March 2004, the township became the first municipality in the state to be placed on probation by the Municipal Excess Liability Joint Insurance Fund, a fund that covers legal expenses of member municipalities and government agencies. The issue was due to the number and scope of legal cases against the township, its employees and its governance, plus what David Grubb, chief executive of the fund, called a general environment of personal attack. The fund urged the township to update employment practices and better train managers to avoid liabilities. As a result of these issues, the New York Times called the township small but litigious. Geography. According to the United States Census Bureau, the township had a total area of 4.275 square miles, including 4.011 square miles of land and 0.264 square miles of water. The township is bordered by Montvale to the northwest, Park Ridge, Woodcliff Lake and Hillsdale to the west, Westwood to the southwest, a small section bordering Emerson to the south, Harrington Park to the southeast, Old Tappan to the east, and Pearl River, New York to the north. Its borders are defined by the Hackensack River to the east, which was dammed to form Lake Tappan, and Pascack Brook to the south. The northern border is defined by the New York-New Jersey state border. The western border has several sections, including a section defined by an unnamed creek and a section defined by Cedar Lane. The southern portion of the township lies between the Hackensack River and Pascack Brook, and is relatively flat. The northern portion slopes down from rolling hills in the west into Lake Tappan to the east. Much of the land is developed as suburban single-family residences, but there remain some undeveloped areas. The undeveloped areas are mostly wooded in the south and west of Lake Tappan, following the Cherry Brook and the Hackensack River watershed. In 1996, plans to develop watershed land received resistance from the community. In the southwest of the township, the Pascack Brook County Park also preserves a wooded area. There are 3 golf courses in the township, 2 18-hole public courses, and a private 27-hole course. There is a small commercial district surrounding the intersection of Rivervale Road and Westwood Avenue in the southern portion of the township. Demographics. 2010 census. At the 2010 United States Census, there were 9,659 people, 3,421 households, and 2,709 families residing in the township. The population density was 2,408.1 per square mile. There were 3,521 housing units at an average density of 877.8 per square mile. The racial makeup of the township was 88.85% white, 0.70% black or African American, 0.04% Native American, 8.42% Asian, 0.00% Pacific Islander, 0.53% from other races, and 1.46% from 2 or more races. Hispanics or Latinos of any race were 4.98% of the population. There were 3,421 households, of which 37.4% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 70.2% were married couples living together, 6.6% had a female householder with no husband present, and 20.8% were non-families. 18.4% of all households were made up of individuals, and 11.5% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.82 and the average family size was 3.24. In the township, 26.6% of the population were under the age of 18, 5.7% from 18 to 24, 19.1% from 25 to 44, 32.7% from 45 to 64, and 15.9% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 44.2 years. For every 100 females there were 93.6 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 89.3 males. The Census Bureau's 2006 to 2010 American Community Survey showed that median household income was $120,820 and the median family income was $135,612. Males had a median income of $100,594 versus $61,516 for females. The per capita income for the township was $49,586. Same-sex couples headed 23 households in 2010, an increase from the 9 counted in 2000. 2000 censuses. Of the 2000 United States Census there were 9,449 people, 3,275 households, and 2,675 families residing in the township. The population density was 2,317.7 people per square mile. There were 3,312 housing units at an average density of 812.4 per square mile. The racial makeup of the township was 92.33% white, 0.58% African American, 5.89% Asian, 0.02% Pacific Islander, 0.43% from other races, and 0.74% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 3.22% of the population. There were 3,275 households, out of which 40.7% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 74.1% were married couples living together. 6.0% had a female householder with no husband present, and 18.3% were non-families. 15.4% of all households were made up of individuals, and 7.8% had someone living there alone who is 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.87 and the average family size was 3.22. In the township, the population was spread out, with 27.2% under the age of 18, 4.8% from 18 to 24, 26.5% from 25 to 44, 28.1% from 45 to 64, and 13.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 40 years. For every 100 females there were 93.3 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 89.9 males. The median income for a household in the township was $95,129, and the median income for a family was $105,919. Males had a median income of $77,794 versus $39,732 for females. The per capita income for the township was $40,709. 2.8% of the population and 2.4% of families were below the poverty line. Out of the total population, 2.1% of those under the age of 18 and 5.3% of those 65 and older were living below the poverty line. Government. Local government. River Vale is governed within the Faulkner Act under the mayor-council system of municipal government, implemented by direct petition as of January 1, 1979. The mayor-council plan consists of two separate and co-equal power centers, each directly elected by voters, with the mayor serving as chief executive while the council is the municipal legislature. The township council consists of 5 members elected at large to 4-year staggered terms on a partisan basis, with either 2 seats or 3 seats coming up for vote in even-numbered years as part of the November general election. As of 2015, update, the mayor of River Vale is Arkyan Janowski, whose term of office ends December 31, 2018. The members of the Township Council are Council President Mark Bromberg, Vice President Paul J. Criscuolo, John Donovan and Denise Sieg. In February 2014, the Township Council selected John Donovan from among the list of 3 candidates recommended by the Republican Municipal Committee to fill the vacancy of No Matos, who resigned from office in the previous month due to work commitments. Federal, state and county representation. River Vale is located in the 5th Congressional District and is part of New Jersey's 39th State Legislative District. New Jersey's 5th Congressional District is represented by Scott Garrett. New Jersey is represented in the United States Senate by Cory Booker and Bob Menendez. The 39th District of the New Jersey Legislature is represented in the State Senate by Gerald Cardinal and in the General Assembly by Holly Schapese and Robert Orth. The Governor of New Jersey is Chris Christie. The Lieutenant Governor of New Jersey is Kim Wadenow. As of 2015, update, the County Executive is James J. Tedesco III. The 7 freeholders are elected at large in partisan elections on a staggered basis, with 2 or 3 seats coming up for election each year, with a chairman, vice chairman and chairman pro tempore selected from among its members at a reorganization meeting held each January. Bergen County's freeholders are Freeholder Chairwoman Joan Voss, Vice Chairman Steve Tonelli, Chairman Pro Tempore John A. Felice, David L. Gans, Maura R. Denicola, Thomas J. Sullivan Jr., and Tracy Silner. County-wide constitutional officials are County Clerk John S. Hogan, Sheriff Michael Saudino, and Surrogate Michael R. Dressler. Politics. As of March 23, 2011, there were a total of 6,881 registered voters in Rivervale Township, of which 1,607 were registered as Democrats, 1,889 were registered as Republicans, and 3,381 were registered as unaffiliated. There were 4 voters registered to other parties. Among the township's 2010 census population, 71.2% were registered to vote, including 97.1% of those ages 18 and over. In the 2012 presidential election, Republican Mitt Romney received 2,962 votes, ahead of Democrat Barack Obama with 2,303 votes and other candidates with 33 votes. Among the 5,330 ballots cast by the township's 7,189 registered voters, for a turnout of 74.1%. In the 2008 presidential election, Republican John McCain received 2,963 votes, ahead of Democrat Barack Obama with 2,529 votes and other candidates with 33 votes. Among the 5,573 ballots cast by the township's 7,088 registered voters, for a turnout of 78.6%. In the 2004 presidential election, Republican George W. Bush received 2,946 votes, ahead of Democrat John Kerry with 2,424 votes and other candidates with 29 votes. Among the 5,414 ballots cast by the township's 6,646 registered voters, for a turnout of 81.5%. In the 2013 gubernatorial election, Republican Chris Christie received 68.3% of the vote, ahead of Democrat Barbara Buono with 30.5%. and other candidates with 1.3%. Among the 3,083 ballots cast by the township's 7,027 registered voters, for a turnout of 43.9%. In the 2009 gubernatorial election, Republican Chris Christie received 2,017 votes, ahead of Democrat John Corzine with 1,369 votes. Independent Chris Daggett with 174 votes and other candidates with 12 votes. Among the 3,604 ballots cast by the township's 7,009 registered voters, yielding a 51.4% turnout. Education. The Rivervale Public Schools serve students in pre-kindergarten through 8th grade. As of the 2011-12 school year, the district's 3 schools had an enrollment of 1,331 students and 96.9 classroom teachers, for a student-teacher ratio of 13.74:1. Schools in the district are Roberge Elementary School with 391 students in grades pre-kindergarten to 5, Woodside Elementary School with 452 students in grades kindergarten to 5, and Holdrum Middle School with 488 students in grades 6 to 8. Rivervale's public high school students attend Pascack Valley High School in Hillsdale, together with students from Hillsdale, as part of the Pascack Valley Regional High School District. The district also serves students from Montville and Woodcliff Lake at Pascack Hills High School. Public school students from the township, and all of Bergen County, are eligible to attend the secondary education programs offered by the Bergen County Technical Schools, which include the Bergen County Academies in Hackensack, and the Bergen Tech Campus in Teterboro or Paramus. The district offers programs on a shared time or full-time basis, with admission based on a selective application process and tuition covered by the student's home school district. Transportation, roads and highways. As of May 2010, update, the township had a total of 47.34 miles of roadways, of which 37.66 miles were maintained by the municipality and 9.68 miles by Bergen County. Main roads in Rivervale include Westwood Avenue, Rivervale Road and Prospect Avenue. Public transportation. Daily bus service is provided by Rockland Coaches on routes 84 and 14K to the George Washington Bridge bus station and on Route 14ET to the Port Authority bus terminal in Midtown Manhattan. While there is no rail transport in Rivervale, the New Jersey Transit Pascack Valley line is available in adjacent communities to the west. Daily service is available to Hoboken and Secaucus Junction from the Montvale, Park Ridge, Woodcliff Lake, Hillsdale, and Westwood stations. Notable people. People who were born in, residents of, or otherwise closely associated with Rivervale include Mike Barjakian, Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterbacks coach, former offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Volunteers football team. Chris Eliopoulos, cartoonist. Peter Enns, author, former professor of Old Testament and hermeneutics at Westminster Theological Seminary. Arthur Feuerstein, national chess champion. Dan Fogelman, Hollywood screenwriter. Stuart Kronsman, former president and chief executive officer of Voki Data Americas, Inc. Florence Lawrence, the first ever movie star, lived in Rivervale from 1913 through 1916. Bill Maher, comedian and actor. Daniel S. Nevins, rabbi, dean at Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Ian O'Connor, sports columnist and ESPN radio host who wrote the books Arnie and Jack. Palmer, Nicholas, and golf's greatest rivalry and the captain. The Journey of Derek Jeter. Holly Schapese, member of the New Jersey General Assembly who has represented the 39th Legislative District since 2012. Harry Salter, silent film actor, screenwriter and director. Garrett Zablocki, guitarist in the band Senses Fail. Historical sites. Baylor Massacre Burial Site, site of the 1778 incident where the British captured 54 Americans and killed 15 Americans. Rivervale Veterans Memorial Park, located on Madison Avenue. It has statues where people can pay tribute to those who died for their country. Other points of interest. Rivervale Country Club is a country club that has an 18-hole golf course and a restaurant.